entry. I remember watching him live thinking he just wouldn't want to be doing too much more than he's doing. But look, in fairness, he found loads and he quickened up from the final fence from over the last two fences. He was really, really good that day for Ruby Walsh. Remember, he won the 2.5 mile novices handicap chase here last year off a mark of 147, and that was after he'd fallen at the first fence in the Irish Grand National. I think he was off 144 or something that day. So look, he's come an awful long way since then. He hasn't been beaten since when he stood up. His only blemish was when he unseated after the first fence in the Cheltenham Gold Cup. So look, that entry run, that puts him right into the mix. His run before that, when he won the Savills Chase, that was a really, really good performance. I know there was a lot of talk about race tactics after that. David Mullins gave him a really good ride. He realised the pace was quite sedate and he moved him to the front, but he won it impressively, and who's to say he wouldn't have done that anyway? And I suppose the fact that he won so well at entry confirms that. So look, he's an intriguing runner. He's another 7-year-old, another young staying chaser who could still be on the up.
Caught a glimpse there of Robbie Power and Mark Walsh not riding in this, already amongst the winners here at Punchestown this week, out on the track to watch the feature event up close. Final checks taking place down at the start. You would imagine Sub-Lieutenant will, if he runs to type, perhaps be the one to take them along. Final thoughts, Don, in summary. Album photo to confirm the Cheltenham impression he made.
I think so, Gary. Look, it's an intriguing race. It's brilliant that the two of them are running here and throw Bells Hill into the mix, and even Monolly, who could be competing under his optimum conditions. But Albin Photo, he's the Gold Cup winner. I know he's only got a pound in hand of Kemboy on official ratings, but I think he sets the standard. Even though I think he's a slightly bigger price, I think he sets the standard.
It's the Coral Punchestown Gold Cup 2019. Over to Jerry Hannon.
Walking in. White flag raised, they're off, and the Coral Punchestown Gold Cup as they make their way to the first of 17 fences, and it's Kemboy with close-up, definitely red in the centre, and on their outside Monolly, and they're followed after a break of 3 lengths. Album Photo racing to fence number 2, which is the first ditch, and it is definitely red, representing Danny Cook and Brian Ellison, over just in the lead from Kemboy. Ruby Walsh on the inside of Monolly and Rachel Blackmore, and they're tracked out of the back straight by winner of last year's race Bells Hill and David Mullins, and then Album Photo Paul Townend, the Storyteller and Davy Russell on the inner of Sub-Lieutenant Jack Kennedy, and in between horses at the back of the field Snow Falcon and Sean Flanagan. On they come to fences 3 and 4, taking on the approach to the straight, and it is Kemboy on the inside, gone back up to share the lead with Definitely Red, followed by Monolly and Bells Hill. Album Photo next. After Album Photo is the Storyteller, and then Sub-Lieutenant and Snow Falcon. Fence number 4 coming up. Definitely Red in between horses is disputing the lead with Kemboy, and away to their outside is Monolly. Not much between the three, and then Bells Hill, who was a little skew-if, and on the outside the Cheltenham Gold Cup winner Album Photo as they come round the bend for fences 5 and 6 in the straight. Definitely Red just round the bend, a narrow leader from Kemboy and Monolly. Then Bells Hill and Album Photo. The Storyteller is 2 behind Sub-Lieutenant and Snow Falcon. They're tightly grouped at fence number 5, and as they rise, and a slight mistake by Album Photo, spread across the track. Kemboy over on the far side, taking a hold. Definitely Red is in the centre, the red sleeves, the stars of Monolly. And then comes Bells Hill as they jump fence number 6 at the Champion Chase start. The fence that will be the last one next time in the Coral Punchestown Gold Cup of 2019. And it is Kemboy, a brilliant all-the-way winner of the Betway Bowl at Aintree. Leads half a length, Definitely Red. Third is Monolly and fourth is Bells Hill. Then comes Album Photo. On the inside is the Storyteller, racing in company with Snow Falcon and Sub-Lieutenant. Very little changes in the order. Heading now to the fence on the uphill run, which is number 7. And Kemboy has gone on, a little over a length and a half in front of Definitely Red. Monolly third, then Bells Hill and Album Photo. Sub-Lieutenant is on the outside of Snow Falcon and the Storyteller as they rise uphill to fence number 8 at the halfway stage. 10 to jump, and it is Kemboy into the wings of the next fence. leading Definitely Red and Monolly on their outside. Then Bell's Hill, and what a recovery there by Sean Flanagan on board Snow Falcon, who almost went, clobbered that fence. As a consequence, has been knocked back to the rear of the field, heading down to fences 9 and 10. 9 is the second ditch. Kemboy and Definitely Red going on a few lengths in front of Monolly and Bell's Hill. Album Photo is 5th. Then Sub-Lieutenant, The Storyteller and Snow Falcon. Heading now to the first of the two fences, the bottom of the track. And it's Kemboy and Definitely Red stretching their lead all the while over Monolly and Bell's Hill and Album Photo. The Storyteller, Sub-Lieutenant and Snow Falcon. Out they go over the next fence, which is the 10th. And it's Kemboy and Definitely Red making the bend to go down into the back straight with 7 fences left to jump. Bell's Hill has gone third on the inside of Monolly, then Album Photo. The Storyteller pushed along, one from the back is Sub-Lieutenant, and the back marker is Snow Falcon. To a row of 3 fences down the far side, 7 to jump. As they return to their point of departure, it's Kemboy and Ruby Walsh just leading Definitely Red and Danny Cook, and fiddling over it was Kemboy, and is rejoined on the outside by Definitely Red. Taking closer order is Bell's Hill, then Album Photo. Monolly has lost his place, and then on the inside and reaching for that one, Bell's Hill lost third to Album Photo in pursuit of Kemboy and Definitely Red. They're racing to the last fence in the back straight. This is 5 from the finish and the final ditch. And as they rise together, Definitely Red and Kemboy on the inside, followed 2 lengths back by Album Photo. Then comes Bell's Hill, and being pulled up is Monolly as they race to the 5 furlong point with 4 more fences left to jump in the Kemboy Punchestown Gold Cup. Kemboy and Definitely Red having a great ding-dong throughout the race, 2.5 lengths in front of Album Photo. Then Bell's Hill, the Storyteller, is trying to improve on the outside of Snow Falcon, and Sub-Lieutenant is struggling. 4 to jump. Kemboy leads. Back a length in front of Definitely Red. Poised behind them, the Cheltenham Gold Cup winner Album Photo. Then Bell's Hill as they come away from that one. And with 3 fences left to jump, it's Kemboy with slipstreaming his stable companion Album Photo. Definitely Red's come under pressure. Snow Falcon is trying to join in. Then Bell's Hill, the Storyteller and Sub-Lieutenant as they come away from the 3rd last fence and running the home turn. Kemboy and Ruby Walsh pressed by Album Photo, and Paul Townend on the outside, who have come level with Kemboy, racing now towards the 2nd last. On the left it's Kemboy, on the stand side is Album Photo. They're being followed by Bell's Hill, who's well adrift in 3rd. At the 2nd last, Kemboy over from Album Photo as they come down towards the final fence in the Kemboy Punchestown Gold Cup. And it's Kemboy and Ruby Walsh in the lead. They have the upper hand as they come to the final fence. It's Kemboy over from Album Photo. Inside the final 200 yards, Kemboy from Album Photo, who's giving it everything, but Kemboy will win it. 3 Gold Cups in 3 months for the champion trainer, Willie Mullins. Kemboy has won the Punchestown Gold Cup from Album Photo, who's run his heart out. Then the Storyteller, Bell's Hill, Definitely Red, Snow Falcon, and finally Sub-Lieutenant.
Well, what a great duel it provided. The big 2 didn't disappoint here, and Kemboy, who never got the chance to show what he was made of in the Cheltenham Gold Cup, won by his stable companion Album Photo, has beaten the latter here today. Don Paul Townend offering hearty congratulations to Ruby Walsh, Sean Flanagan likewise. But what a performance from this horse, because he was keen in the race itself. Definitely Red took him on for much of it, and to find as much as he did at the business end just really does speak volumes.
Yeah, it's a remarkable performance, Gary. As you say, given how keen he was early on, it always looked like he was doing a bit more than Ruby Walsh wanted him to do. He wasn't helped by Definitely Red up on his outside, and in fairness to Definitely Red, he ran a massive race for a long, long way. But Kemboy was always just travelling, just always a little bit keen. Ruby Walsh was just trying to take him back a little bit, or seemed to be trying to take him back a little bit. And when Album Photo moved up on his outsider on the run to the home turn, it looked like he was just primed to go on and outstay him. But Kemboy, in fairness, he's battled on. He's found loads in front, and Album Photo hasn't stopped. He's run the whole way to the line. The pair of them have held miles clear. We got the duel that we wanted, that was set up for them. But Kemboy has just pulled out so much more. He's been really, really strong in the finish. It's a hell of a performance.
And what a win as well for this Supreme Racing Club. The fun they've had with this horse, incredible. Cheltenham was a big anticlimax for them, but a lot of ordinary members of the public here who've teamed up to get involved with this horse, and Aintree was a big day for them all, and now he's gone and followed up here at Punchestown, getting the better of the Cheltenham Gold Cup winner and rocketing to favouritism, I think, for next year's Cheltenham Gold Cup, certainly with Betfair at 11-2. And Ruby Walsh, we were just speculating, Don, at this stage whether it would be a repeat of the earlier novice hurdle when Allaho seemed to be, maybe if anything, doing a little bit too much on the way around and didn't find a lot when push came to shove. Whereas Kemboy, albeit he breasted the second last there, but even more credit due to him, if anything, after that, for the way he picked up under pressure.
Yeah, like he was so strong on the finish, surprisingly so. Like, definitely watching the race, you thought once Albin Foto came up and his outsider came in behind him, and he was the one who'd made the ground. Albin Foto, he made one or two mistakes on the way around, but he still looked very strong on the run to the home turn. And given that Kemboy had been up there in front, travelling well and travelling, doing plenty in front, it looked like Albin Foto was going to be the one to just mug him on the run in. And look how far they pulled clear of the rest of them. They're two top class horses, and remember, Kemboy, he's only a 7-year-old.
Exactly, the first two only 7 years of age. Hopefully they'll have many further battles in the future, and of course a lot of very good novice chasers from this season who could potentially step up and take them on further down the line as well. But this was what we were hoping to see, Don. In an ideal world, Bell's Hill might have maybe been in the mix as well, but he just wasn't good enough for whatever reason on the day. But these two top chasers from the same yard, toe to toe down to the second last. There was very little in it going into this fence, but as I say, even though he didn't get very high here, Kemboy, he came away with a decisive advantage.
Yeah, he probably had a half a length on Albin Foto going to the final fence. Paul Townend, he took him to the outside, and we know that Albin Photo says 3 miles, 2.5 furlongs up the hill at Cheltenham, so he was going to get